Hi loves, it's Lacey and welcome to our space. So today we are going to be doing some spring DIYs, starting off with this styrofoam cone, some styrofoam Easter eggs, some green twine, some ribbon that has carrots on it, some orange paint, and a few of these leftover pieces of greenery that I have, and this buffalo check tray from Dollar Tree. So let's get started. This entire project can be made from things from Dollar Tree, and I have to tell you, I already made it. I made it last year. As you can see, my nails are kind of a burgundy color here, and they are not that color today. So this footage is from last year where I am painting the cone the orange color, and I'm also painting the extra tip that is put on there. And as I set it aside to dry, I will show you how I did the tip later. But I first need to show you that I also have this Just Active yarn from Dollar Tree in the color orange, and I am making a extra long chain that I am crocheting with a small crochet hook. You can crochet it with any size hook that you have if you plan on doing this, and the chain needs to be about 10 feet long. I know that seems kind of long, but we are going to cover this entire cone with the crocheted yarn. And as you can see, I've already made this. The footage that I had for this was corrupt and unusable, so I still wanted to share this with you guys, and so I am showing you how I did it. So I took the little egg and I cut it in half, and I glued the pointy part down on the bottom, and then I painted the whole thing as you saw. And then next I'm going to take that chain and run it around the top of the styrofoam and all the way down to form the carrot. Then after that, I'm going to take this green twine and wrap it around just wildly. It doesn't need to be neat. I made it a little messy, and I'm going to leave a long end before I start wrapping it, and then crisscross it and either tie a knot in it. I don't remember if I tied a knot or if I just glued it down and leave another long end. Then I'm going to take this ribbon, which I absolutely love. It has carrots on it, and the background of it looks like it is burlap. They have one that looks just plain white too, but I have the burlap looking one, and I'm making a loopy bow. I'm just looping the right sides of the bow over and under to get 4 loops on each side, and I'm pinching it in the middle. It does not have to be perfect. I love messy type bows. If you stick with me all the time and you've been on my channel before, you know I make a whimsical chaotic mess bow. This is not that, but this is still going to be a little bit messy with 4 loops on each side. I do the twine around it quite a bit, and then I tie it in the back and I glue it on the front. Then I take some of these greenery pieces off of this large pick that I think came from Hobby Lobby a year ago or so that I had in my stash. I take my wire cutters and I cut off the actual thick wire pieces that hold them, put a little glue on to make sure they stay, and then I stick them in the back or all over the top of this carrot, because that's what we're making. We're making a giant carrot. And I do know that these carrots don't have this kind of greenery that comes out that's like a variegated eucalyptus almost, but that's what I had in my stash. In this entire set of DIYs is just from things I already own. Then I'm going to take and put a dot of hot glue with my Ryobi hot glue gun with Gorilla Glue sticks in the middle and stick it down, and this is what it looks like. And I didn't like it because I didn't like the tray being shiny. So I didn't share it with you back then. So today I am sharing it with you now, and I have in front of me extras that I'm going to add to it. A microfiber cloth from Dollar Tree's Automotive Center. I already had some cut, so we're going to use that. I have some buffalo check ribbon as well, and some floral wire. So we're going to cut that microfiber cloth into 2 squares. I'm going to take the buffalo check ribbon. Dollar Tree has this too. You can do everything from Dollar Tree, but I already have this that's been open and I've been using it. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this, 1 for each square. I'm going to lay the ribbon diagonal in one of the corners of each one of these squares, and then fold it over like a taco and cut away the excess points on this, sort of in a curve, so it's a little bit circular on the ends, because that is just too much fabric to work with for this. Then I'm going to lay it down, the ribbon, onto the microfiber cloth, and I'm going to put a dot of glue down and put my floral wire down on top of it. I made the floral wire, folded it in half, and made it as long as the ribbon. And once I do that, I'm going to glue down the tip of the microfiber cloth onto the ribbon and the floral wire, as you saw me do. Then I'm simply going to start rolling the cloth around the floral wire, not rolling the ribbon in it. It's going to roll to the ribbon, and the ribbon's going to stay still. You're going to put little dots of hot glue in between each time you roll, so it sticks down to the edge of the ribbon. And if you already saw the thumbnail, you know what I'm making here are bunny ears. So I'm just rolling this around, and I do the other side as well, so that it forms a bunny ear. The floral wire makes it easy for the whole thing to move around and for it to stay into the form of a bunny ear. Then I'm going to twist the wires that were left at the end and fold them in half, because it was a little bit longer since I started it further down from the ribbon, and then it makes little points that I can put them down into the styrofoam of the carrot. If this is going too fast for you, I'm really sorry. I didn't want it to be a super long tutorial on this part, but I will link down below where I made bunny ears in my hop video from last year too, and you can check it out over there, or you can go to the 3 dots at the top of this video and click on it and slow down the video at that point. So now, as you saw, I put it back on the tray, but I didn't like it, and I remembered I had this piece of wood, and I decided that I was going to bring it out. It's from a previous project that I was trying to do, and I pulled out the bunny galvanized sign and a love galvanized sign out of my stash from Dollar Tree's little galvanized signs that come multiple in a packet for different holidays and different seasons. But I didn't like the wood grain look of it, so I flipped it over because I remembered I painted it green on this side for this project, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down the bunny at the top, the carrot in the middle, and love at the bottom. This project was inspired by one that I saw before this, and I absolutely love how it turned out. It's just perfect, and I'm glad I'm sharing it with you this year, even though I did it last year. Sorry how it had to be shared, but this is it, and I think it is perfect. Bunnies love carrots, and this bunny is inside the carrot eating it from inside out. So on to DIY number 2. I have a picture frame from Dollar Tree, some foam carrots. I have the little picket fences, and I also have some wooden carrots. I have some gingham ribbon in the color orange. I have more of that green twine that we're going to be using. And I also have the worst reindeer moss I've ever tried from Dollar Tree. I've had it for more than a year, and I'm hoping this is the last time I have to use it. And some little wooden sticks. They're like coffee stir sticks, but you can use wooden dowels from Dollar Tree. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this little home sign. I'll set it aside to use later. And the little wooden block that held it up, because it was kind of 3D for this. And then I'm going to take that gingham ribbon, and I'm going to put it all the way around the edge of this little wooden, I guess it was a picture frame. And it's actually not wooden, it's plastic, but it has a wood grain look to it. So I am stretching this ribbon, and I'm putting a small amount of glue around the edges to make sure that it sticks really well. If you have something like this and you're going to make a bigger one or a different one, I suggest that you use like a sanding block and sand down that plastic a little so the glue grips a little better. Then, even though I'm sorry I did not have footage of this, I put a ton of glue, hot glue from my hot glue gun. It's Gorilla hot glue in the bottom of this, and now I'm taking that reindeer moss. It has lots of little twigs and strange pieces in it, and I'm sticking it down to cover up all the bottom of this. This is supposed to look like the ground, like where carrots would grow out of. So I just covered the whole thing. Then I'm going to take the little foam carrots. I love these. I don't know if Dollar Tree had these last year because I don't remember seeing them. And I am sticking them into this grass. I'm going to make little holes and then use some hot glue to make sure that they stay. Now, I know carrots are not normally harvested in the spring. They're harvested in the fall. Heidi, my friend Heidi Sobel, she said that even on her channel. But we always use carrots because of bunnies and everything in the spring. So I am just using carrots in the spring as well. Also, I know they normally grow in kind of a line. My mother grew up on a farm and has always had a garden. But I'm just putting them in there willy-nilly. So then next, after we're done with that, I have the little wooden carrots, and I am going to be painting the tops where the greenery is supposed to be with Kelly Green from Apple Barrel paint that is from Walmart. Dollar Tree does sell paints, and I just don't have any. So like I said, you can do these projects with only Dollar Tree products. I just don't have any of their paints. And then this orange that's on the bottom, I think it's called Flamingo Coral or something. I'm not exactly sure. It was Apple Barrel as well. But I painted 7 of these all together, and I pulled out these stickers that came from Dollar Tree that are white, and they're outlined in black, and they have on here lowercase letters that actually fit on here. So I am taking a C, an A, and then 2 R's. Can you guess what I'm spelling? It's carrots. I am spelling out carrots. They had 2 R's on there. It was perfect for this project, and they fit on there really, really well to spell out carrots. I thought it would be really, really cute to use these. I did struggle a little bit with the T here that I'm putting on because it was too tall in the top of it, and so it wouldn't line up with the other letters. So I take it right off after I realized that, and I cut the top of it off a little because it was a little extra long, so I could push it up a little higher so it would line up with the other letters. And then I reach and I get the S after I get this straightened out, and I put an S on the last one. We're going to do that, and then we're going to set those aside a little bit. And then we're going to be moving on to the next portion of little things we need to do for this DIY. So I have here the little wooden fences that were in the garden section of the new pieces that they have in the blonde wood. There were 6 of these in a pack. We need 2 packs for this. And I'm going to be painting both sides of it. I'm going to use the Kelly Green for the leaves and the stems, Waverly chalk paint in lavender for the smallest flowers, Waverly white for the fencing, pink for the ones that look like daisies. We're going to be using yellow, which is maize, for the ones that look like tulips. The pink was actually called ballerina slipper. And then the light blue, which is called pool, for the butterfly. And we're painting both the front and the back. Now I have to tell you right now, I hate painting little things like this, but I thought it would be so nice to have all these bright colors on this fencing. So I did it, and it took me a good 45 minutes. So next then, I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to put the fencing inside or outside this box, and I've decided outside the box. It's going to glue on the bottom here and set just above the gingham. That was my plan to start with because I want to leave a gap in between, and if you put them both on the inside, they'll be too close to each other on the front here, and then you won't have a gap like you could go in and pick the carrots. I know, it's crazy. I'm extra. So I just thought that made more sense than putting them on the inside. Plus, I needed the inside to do something else. And then on the other sides, I am going to put them kind of right next to each other. It is just easy, and I have my little ledge of the ribbon to know where to put them. And so the gap will be very minimal between them. So I'm going to do that all the way around all of these. And then once I'm done with this, you have 8 pieces all together, so you do need 2 packs. I have now taken out those little wooden stakes, and I took out more of this ribbon, and I'm cutting it on the diagonal to make little flags. I don't need as many as I cut, but sometimes I struggle with ribbon like that, especially if it wants to pull apart, so I just cut a few extras. I'm showing you here now that I am going to take and put these stakes on the diagonal in this box, because going straight across the word carrot basically barely only fits. So instead, I'm going to take and put glue on the top of the stick, and I'm going to glue down some of that green twine in the back of it, and then put another little extra dot of it. I'm trying not to burn myself. And then put down one of the flags. And I tried to put as minimal amount of glue as I could. And then I'm going to flip it over to the other side, and I'm going to put a drop of glue down and line up one of the flag pieces to match up the one that's already on the back. And I'm going to do that to both ends of this. This way it gives me something to put my little carrots on that say carrot when you put them all together. So I found the middle by putting the two sides together. I'm sorry I don't show you that exactly, but I'm holding my finger in the middle of that twine, and here I bend it again to make sure I have the absolute middle, and then I stick that down on the back side of one of the R's, because if you look above that, you have 3 carrots left on one side, and you have 3 carrots on the other side. But we're working from the back, so when you pick up the C carrot, don't put it on the left side. It needs to go on the right side so it spells out carrots correctly. And so that's what I did. I put the C down first, and then I put the S down on the other side, and then I'm filling in the other ones as I go, so they look like they're spaced evenly. It's really not that hard. You can pick it up and turn it over to make sure you're doing the right letter in the right space each time, and you're gluing it down correctly. It's not hard. This was the easiest way for you guys to see it. And I thought if it was wide enough, I would add a couple more flags, but I didn't end up doing that. So then I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to put one of the wooden stakes in the front corner and one in the back corner. So you'll see I'm going to put glue on the front of this stake, so you could read the carrots, and it's on the front, and I'm going to press it forward in that corner. And that's going to work out perfectly. But when I go to do the back one, doing that, putting it on the back and pressing it into the back, the carrot sign doesn't stick up and sit really well. Even though I do look like I'm doing that here, I do change my mind, and I put it on the front and then turn that to the left in the same corner and stick it to the side. And the carrot sign stays a whole lot easier. So then next I had these little shot glasses that came from Dollar Tree. I had them in my stash left over from, I think, when I made my bar cart out of the pegboard system. I'm not sure. But I am doing this around this, what is it, variegated, I guess, or 2-colored twine that I got from Dollar Tree, all the way around this little shot glass. And then I'm going to cut off an extra piece of twine, and I'm going to make a little handle, and we are making a bucket. I put a little glue inside, put one end of the twine in, put glue on the opposite side, put the other end of the twine in, and look, we have a cute little bucket. So I had some leftover carrots. As you can see, there's some spaces left, and I put them in the buckets. And then I had this little easel-like sign, but it was too big for this project. So I'm pulling out 2 of these little kind of signs that you would put in for spices or vegetables in a garden, and they have clip-on little clothespins. And I want the clothespins off, so I'm using my craft heat gun to pull those off. You just heat it up for a while. Don't do it too long or too close, or else the wood starts to burn. And then I'm going to take one of the clothespins and put it the opposite direction in the middle, so more up and down as a rectangle instead of having the rectangle be long ways. It'd be more like portrait instead of landscape. And I'm going to put one of the clothespins on there. Once I get it on there, I tear off 1/2 of the clothespin and leave the metal part and the other half on there, and then take the other one and glue it down to it. I glue it to the top of the clothespin and to the metal part, and it makes a little easel, and it's better suited for the size of what I have. Then I take a chalk pen from Dollar Tree and I write 5 cents on it. I only wrote it on the front, not on the front and the back, because you're only going to see the front. And then I went in my stash and I found some Jenga blocks, some tumbling tower blocks that were already glued together as like little steps that I had, and I put them there so you could get up into the little carrot patch. And look at how cute this is. I absolutely love this DIY. It has a little fence so we can keep the critters out, even though there's a big gap in the front so you could walk in. I was thinking about maybe taking one more and trying to make a gate, but it was a little difficult cutting it apart. They kind of split when you try to cut the little flowers and stuff off of them. But I did go into my stash and find a little bunny that's a paintable bunny from Dollar Tree that I had that for my granddaughter to paint, and I put it over by it, and they're gonna get the carrots. The bunnies are gonna get the carrots. Come on. Who's not gonna let the bunnies have the carrots? And I love this. I love making little miniature things so very much. I'm thinking about doing a channel for like miniature stuff for adult Barbie. Comment down below. Do you think that's a good idea? Or would you like to see more miniature stuff on here? What if I did a video with adult like Barbie doll house stuff? And I mean, people do these where they look like your actual house. And I think I want to do a channel or something with that. But anyway, comment down below which one of these was your favorite project. I absolutely love this one and the other one, so I cannot choose. But that's it for this video. If you're not a subscriber here at Lacee Space, I don't know why not. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I will catch all of you in my next video. Bye, loves.